Okay, welcome to Construction House Yoga. 60-minute practice and hip opener. So come down into a seated position, either on your knees, on a block under you, or in a cross-legged position. And we're just going to begin, whether you're watching this in the morning or in the afternoon, take this moment to really clear whatever you're dealing with, especially if you're at the end of the day. Just clear all the cobwebs out of the day, and then if it's the beginning or the end, set an intention for the practice. Whatever it is you want to create in the day, or what you're, really what you're committed to in the day. So just, get present to that and what you want to carry throughout the day with you. So we're going to start the practice by taking 3 big inhales, and then we're going to go out 3 ohms. And really inhaling and then exhaling. Inhaling good intention, exhaling what you want to clear out of your space. Obviously, throughout the whole practice, we'll leave it on the mat, but just take this opportunity to set that intention as well. So, deep inhale. And then inhale and exhaling Om. Just take a moment to, like I said before, set that intention in the space of the ohms. Okay, rolling forward from your seated positions, coming down to all fours. Root the hands right under the shoulders and knees right under the hips. And we're just going to take do a few 3 cat-cows here. So inhaling into cow and looking up through your third eye, and exhaling as a cat. Stretch your spine just like a cat. Inhaling again into cow. And exhaling into cat. Inhaling into cow. And exhaling into cat. And you can take 1 or 2 more cat-cows. I like to take this time to just move into the hips, warm them up a little bit. You can come back into a little half child's pose or into a half plank and just warm up that body. So from here, just press into down dog. And first down dog of the day, probably, maybe not. But of this practice at least. So just pedal out the down dog, and you really want to get into it. Have your back and arms straight, and head and neck in line, and then push down into that, and then push back with your knees into your down dog. Okay, now we're going to flat right leg up and come down. Bring your right knee to your right elbow as you exhale. Right leg up again, inhaling, and exhale. Open it up over the left hip. And breathe here. Coming back down into your down dog. Left foot up. Inhaling, left foot up. Exhaling, knee to left elbow. Inhaling, left leg up. And up and over. Right hip as you exhale. And coming back down into down dog. So step or hop to the front of the mat. Sorry, stand up forward fold there. I had to adjust my mat, but stand up forward fold. And then inhale, halfway lift. A flat back. You want to bend at the hip crease here. You don't want to roll the back. Exhaling. Forward fold, or you can ragdoll the arms. Inhaling, halfway lift. And exhaling, ragdoll. Inhaling, come all the way up. Slight bend in the knees as you come all the way up. Roll your back, each vertebrae at this time, all the way to the mountain, and then exhale into a back bend. Inhaling, coming down to prayer pose. Okay. So let's fold forward, hands to the mat. Let's come back to plank. You want to have your hands right under your shoulders. And we're going to do a chaturanga here, or knees, chest, chin. So chaturanga is halfway down. Exhale. And then inhaling, up dog or cobra. And you really want to get the chest wide here. I have to go a little bit wider. And then exhaling into down dog. Take a few breaths here. Let's just settle into this our down dog here a little bit. And right foot comes up. And bring it through in between the hands. And when you do this, you don't want to have it make a loud boom. Have it controlled through between the hands. So, come up to lunge. And clasp the hands behind the back. Exhaling, back bend. Really bending into that right leg. And just holding this for a breath. 2 breaths. And release the clasp. Straighten the right leg. 45 the foot. And clasp the hands behind the back. And we're going to go pyramid pose. So bending down over the right knee, right head to right knee as you exhale. And breathe. Feeling that stretch in the hamstrings. Hello, hamstrings. And bending at the hip crease. Coming back up. Coming back into a lunge and then down into low lunge. Keeping that 45-degree angle. Plant your left hand, and we're going to grab, take a big reach back here, exhaling, grabbing the left foot, on the outside edge with your fingers, and kicking into that so it opens up your heart. Let the leg do the work, kicking it open, and staring up to the ceiling. And breathe into that. Releasing the grab, coming back down to low lunge. Step back to plank. And just a quick chaturanga. Or knees, chest, chin. I'll do knees, chest, chin this time just to show you how that looks. Knees, chest, chin. And then up to cobra. In the cobra, you just want to have your hands so that you can either push back or forward, but don't push down. Just push forward with the hands to give you that back bend, and then pushing back up into down dog. And the other side, so the left side. So from your down dog, let's go left. Inhale, left foot up. Exhale, coming through to lunge. Coming up to lunge, high lunge. Inhaling to high lunge. Hands behind the back. Exhaling, back bend. Coming into crescent lunge, do a quick crescent lunge here. And set up for pyramid pose. Left leg comes straight, lifting the kneecap up. 45 the right leg. You should be kind of on train tracks. Clasp hands behind the back, and exhale, fold forward. Head to the knee, or as far as you can go. Inhaling back up, bending at the hip crease, coming back up. And coming back into our lunge. Low lunge. Knee comes down. Bending the right leg. And reach back with the left hand. Grab that foot on the outside edge. And kicking into that. Opening up. Look up towards the ceiling. And really kicking into that to open up the chest. Breathe into that. Exhale as you kick into it. And release. Bring your hands back down. Come back to plank. And we'll chaturanga. Uttanasana. Awesome. Warming up here a little bit into down dog. So we're going to go right foot up, inhaling right foot up, exhaling between the hands, and we're going to put the left foot back, 90-degree angle parallel to the back edge of the mat, and we're going to fold at the waist, come up, windmilling the arms to warrior two. Really bending into that right leg. Hips want to be straight, arms out to the side, looking at the right hand. So bend into that. Now exhale, coming down, right hand to the floor, the outside of the right leg. Or if you need to, you can come to a block, keeping that bend and twisting. Opening up that hip, tucking at the hip crease, looking up the left hand. And then exhaling back down, left arm comes down. And now right arm comes up. 45 the back foot, right arm comes up. Left heel comes up, right hand looks to the center, looks to the ceiling. For breath, exhale, come back down. And into plank. And into down dog. Shake that right leg out a little bit. Coming into left leg up and coming through. Exhaling, coming between the hands into the left side. So coming up into warrior two on the left side. Windmilling the arms. And coming down, extended triangle. Breathe into that left lunge. And then right hand comes back down. And left hand up. Hand comes down. Back into plank. Let's do the chaturanga here. Inhaling up dog. Exhaling down dog. And knees come down to the mat. Just do a quick child's pose here. We're actually going to do this as an active child's pose, so if forehead stays above the mat and the arms activated. Keep that upper body warm. And coming back up to tabletop and back into down dog. Okay. How's it feeling? Warmed up, right? So right leg comes back, inhaling right leg back, exhaling ground down between the hands, coming up into warrior two again. We're going to reverse your warrior. So that's left hand comes down to the left thigh. Once again, leaning into that right leg. Right hand comes over. And then back into warrior two. Inhaling into warrior two. And then exhaling into extended side angle. Keeping that hip crease, left hip crease back. Keeping that right knee in bent and open so that you're all on the same plane. Okay, back into your warrior. Now we're going to straighten that left leg. Bring the right foot in parallel to the top edge of the mat and into star. Star pose! Hands coming down to waist. Then we're going to bend at the hip crease here. Fold forward, keeping back straight, bending at the hip, not the back, not rolling the back, and coming down with your hands. And of course you can use a block here. You want to keep that back straight. And exhale. And we're just gonna stay here for a little bit just to get this straight back and head up. Few breaths here, and then fold forward all the way down. Still keeping that straight back. Feeling the stretch in the hamstrings, of course. And then from here, exhaling into twisting lunge. So walk your hands over to lunge. Left hand planted, right hand comes up, another awesome twisting lunge. And exhaling down. Actually, sorry, stay back in the lunge. From here you can come down to plank, or you can go straight into side plank. So exhaling into side plank, and have your right foot on your left, and up level, raise your right leg, and coming into wild thing, putting your right foot down, right arm comes over as you inhale, and breathe. Coming back into plank, side plank, and then plank. Exhale. And coming back into down dog. Pedaling into the dog. And let's come into a quick child's pose just to give that arm a little bit of a rest. This can be a resting child's pose. Don't get too comfortable though, we're not staying here too long. So coming back up into down dog. Left leg comes up, and coming through to lunge. Right heel comes down 90 degrees into warrior two. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Inhale, back to warrior two. Really bending into that right leg. And exhale, extended side angle. Coming back up into warrior two. Left foot comes in 90 degrees. Star pose again. And coming back into wide-legged forward fold, bending at the hips as you exhale. Look at that, I don't need the block this time. I've gotten a little bit more flexible just in those few. If you need a block though, please use it. Keep the back straight. Breathe here, breathe into those hamstrings. And fold forward. And walking hands over the left leg. Twisting lunge. Sorry, twisting lunge that way. Left hand comes up, right hand down. I didn't think that was right. As you breathe. So from here we can go right into side plank. Oh, left foot comes on top of right foot. Looking up towards the ceiling. You can have a little cheater there too, like I'm doing, or you can come down the top. And I can come into wild thing. Exhaling into wild thing. Inhaling back to side plank and plank. Back to down dog. Into plank. And chaturanga. Up dog, inhale. Exhale, down dog. Okay, walk your hands, feet up to the top of the mat, keeping folded forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Another inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. And once again, swipe into the knees, rolling up, inhaling into mountain pose, exhaling back bend, and inhale, come to prayer pose. Okay, now we're gonna come into tree pose. So ground that left leg. Right foot comes up. Coming out. Holding on to that, pushing that right knee out. And come and tuck that right foot into tree. Helps if you pick a fixed point. And you can come up inhaling into cactus. or to prayer pose. Coming back. Take your tree out. Right knee comes back to forward and coming down, shaking out that right leg. Now left side, ground into the left side. Right left knee comes up. Out to the left. And tucking that right leg in. Push on the hip a little bit. You can come to the calf if that's a little too intense. Inhale. And then exhale into cactus or to prayer pose. Or cactus and then inhaling into prayer pose. Okay, release. Sorry. Left leg comes out and release. And shake that leg out. Alright, come back to the top of your mat. And just forward down, fold forward. Come back into plank. And chaturanga. Inhaling up dog. Exhaling down dog. Right leg comes up. And to the right elbow. Exhaling. Right leg up again. Exhaling to the left elbow. Right leg comes up, inhale. And coming all the way through to the outside of your right hand, the right side of your hand. Little runner's lunge here. And placing that left knee down. If you want to up level, you can keep that activated, that left knee. You want to toe heel this right foot out a little bit, so it's on the knife edge of your foot. And push on, you can't see this, but push on the right knee. So you just want to push that out. Give it a little bit of pressure, not too much, but just so you can feel the stretch a little bit more. Breathe into that. And then if it's there for you, you can come down to the elbows, exhaling down to elbows. And activate that leg if you wish. Breathing into this. Inhale, coming back up to your arms. And exhaling, toe heel your foot over to the other side of the mat. And drop that right foot down into pigeon. Settling into king pigeon here. exhale. Should be protecting the knee on this one. You don't want to be cranking the knee. If you need to have your foot tucked in a little bit more, you can activate the foot. And exhaling down to your elbows. And you can come all the way down and you'll exhale to sleeping pigeon. Inhaling, coming back up. Left foot active. Bring the left leg back. Into down dog. And right leg comes up. Just shake it out a little bit. Really good. Come back down. Inhale. Right leg up. Left leg up, sorry. Exhaling, coming to the outside of the hands. The hands rooted. Coming down into runner's lunge. And like I said before, you can toe heel that out a little bit. Knife edge of the foot. Pushing into that left knee. And exhaling, coming down to the hands, elbows, and arms. Inhaling, coming back up. Exhale as you toe heel the left foot over to the right. And keeping that left foot active. Protecting that knee, coming down into pigeon. Inhale, taking pigeon. And exhale and inhale. And then exhaling, coming down to sleeping pigeon to the elbows, hands and elbows. And we're all the way down into sleeping. Forehead to fall floor. Breathe into that pigeon, into that hamstring. Coming back up. King pigeon, activate the right leg. And inhaling, left foot back. Shake it out. Down dog. Now hopper step. Top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, coming all the way up. Slowly bend the knees all the way up to mountain pose. Those feet grounded, balls of your feet. Back bend. And into prayer pose, exhaling into prayer pose. Okay, put the feet on the outside edges of the mat. And we're going to come into yogi squat. Before we do that, if you want a block, you can just come and squat down on a block. I'll show you how to do that. Or coming all the way down. But important thing, you want to keep your feet on the ground. So the block, this is how it looks like. Coming down into yogi squat. Right there to the block. Nice little seat. It's in your practice to come all the way down, you can. Opening up those hips, the elbows, keeping the back straight back. And if it's in your practice, come forward into crow. If this is your first time doing crow, come over and you can put a blanket or a block. I'll show you how with a block. Just so that you can balance on the block. Or without the block. Coming into crow. And coming back into child's pose. When you're finished with your crow. Coming back up to plank. Exhaling chaturanga. Inhaling up dog. And exhaling down dog. Step or hop to the front. And we're going to come back down. Sit to a sitting position. Feet out in front of you. Straight back. Open up the leg a little bit to your right leg, and bring the left leg in, tucking it in. And this is revolved head to knee, so take your right hand down next to your right calf, and then your other hand you're going to open up the shoulders, left hand comes out and over as you breathe, as you exhale, breathe and then exhale over. And here you can really push into that right calf to get a little leverage to open up the heart, getting a little stretch in the side and the hamstring. Breathing and coming back. Foot comes back out, left leg comes out, right leg tucks in. Once again, opening that chest, left arm comes down to left leg. Inhale, right arm comes out, and exhale, over. Inhaling, get back up. Right leg comes out. Excuse me, both legs come out. And with the straight back, just gonna bend forward at the hip crease, arms coming out in front. Grounding the pelvic bones and the quads, thighs, thigh muscles, I mean. You can walk your hands out here just to give you that nice little stretch, but don't round the back. Keep the back straight and neck up. Feeling that twist in the hamstrings. And coming back up. Coming down into bridge. Sorry, not into bridge. Bringing feet to the buttocks, next to the buttocks. Hands down on the ground towards the mat. Tuck the shoulder blades in, and then we're going to push up the bridge. Now there's an option here to have a block. I mean, if you need that, so just push up the bridge. If you need a block, you can place that there. Keeping those knees together. Tucking the shoulders. Opening the chest. And if it's in your practice, you can push into a wheel. Planting hands on either side of the head, pushing up. And coming back down to bridge when you see fit. If you're in wheel, come back down to bridge. And come back down to the mat. And let's just do a little windshield wiper of the knees here. Windshield wiper of the knees. Push the soles of the feet together. Allow the legs just to come down on either side. Exhale. And inhale these back together. So from here, breathe in, put your right ankle on your right thigh, on your left thigh, and breathe in and grab, exhaling, grabbing, threading through the thighs, grab the left thigh. And take an inhale here. We're going to actually drop this over to the left. So the right foot is going to stay active and is going to land on the floor. So inhale and then exhale. dropping that down. Let go of the leg, dropping that down. You can shimmy the hips a little bit to the right. Just get a little bit more stretch there. And then looking over to the right. If you want a little bit more here, you can grab the right knee with the left hand and pull it down. Just getting a little deeper stretch. And breathe here. And coming back up to center. Right leg comes down. And the left side. Breathing in, coming up. Right leg drops over. Shifting the hips a little bit over to the left. And twisting to the left. One. Right hand on left knee, pulling it down. Breathing in, inhale. Coming back. And legs come out. Right leg comes up. Just a quick stretch on the hamstrings here. If you need a strap, we can do that real quick. And exhale, lower that down. Inhale, left leg comes up. Exhale down. And then inhale. And exhale into happy baby. Grabbing the toe with the two fingers, peace fingers. Pull down into the happy baby for a nice stretch. And legs come down, hands come up, into Shavasana. hands slowly become aware of your surroundings. Wiggling the fingers and toes. Coming back into the room. Let's rise back up into seated position. And we're just going to close the practice. With 3 ohms. So inhale, exhale. Inhale, then exhaling 3 ohms. In this prayer position, thank you for being here and for practicing your yoga and leaving it all on the mat. Namaste.